What's up, guys? This is the crypto market update. We're going to dive into Bitcoin and the whole crypto market at whole. Yesterday, it was the blood hour again. Sundays around like 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. We always see some blood at that time, but this morning we recovered pretty nicely. So we're going to dive into it, see where we're at currently with the market and where could we head to for the rest of the month of January here. So first we need to start off with the market drivers. So the dollar right now on the weekly chart, we have some red to start the week off. We had that TSI crossing below that zero line. We want to see that maintain going down below the zero line. We do not want to see it cross up there, going below the zero line, crossing back up through. We want to see this maintain going below it and some dark red to come in on that MACD. And then also we want to come down and break this 100.5 level, which is that 200 moving average, the exponential moving average, the yellow one. We want to come down, break that. Then we have this trend line coming down like this that we're running into right now as well too as a rejection point. So this is a critical area for the dollar to get rejected and for us to roll over back to retest these lows. And if we do head up further, then we have this 786 here at 103.47, which is in line with the weekly 50 moving average as well too. But we have that EMA ribbon now flipping back over to red. We started to flip it to red over here, but then we got back above, flipped it back to green, and now we're starting to curl over again. So that's pretty positive right there. So then let's look at the stock market. So the stock market on the weekly chart, we had taken out the previous high back here. It came back down. We have a nice green candle to start the week off. If we go to the daily chart right now and we throw on the bottom indicators here, we do have the bottom indicators aligning for more momentum to the upside. We need to see the stock RSI cross up, TSI cross up, and then this pink to not cross below the blue. And we were getting close right here, and now we're starting to see the pink come up, blue come down, stock RSI starting to curl, MACD putting in a late red print, just like back here when the first late red print comes in. Usually that's the start of the rise. So the end of the bottom, and then we start to rise. So this is positive so far. We want to see by the end of the day today, continuation for us not to roll over and take out these lows over here. So then let's look at the total crypto market cap. So the total crypto market cap on the daily chart, we are seeing that blue cross above the pink, but it's not yet confirmed yet. We did see that back here in October, right before our rise, our big rise, where the blue crossed over the pink for a minute and then came back down. And then we had our big move that happened from October to now. What I want to see is us come back up here with the pink and the blue come down, the TSI cross above the zero line. We need to cross while being above the zero line, and then the stock RSI to cross up. And as long as we can maintain this orange 50 line in the RSI, then we're good. As soon as we start to dip below there and the TSI starts to look like it's rolling over below that zero line, we're seeing that blue cross above the pink decisively, then that will call for a bigger correction for the total crypto market cap. But as far as where we're at right now, so far so good, as long as we can have follow through and for this not to be a rejection today, all this green. If we look to the right side of the screen, you can see, we have a lot of double digit gainers here, a lot of green on the board. So we don't want to erase that by the end of the day today. We want to see nice follow through and for the blue to come back down, pink to come back up, stock RSI start to cross up, get above that 50 line, because when we decisively get above that 50 line with stock RSI cross up and the TSI crossing up in tandem, that's when we had our last big kind of impulse up. So if we can have those same stars align there, then that's what's going to bring us up to our 2618 extension around 1.82 trillion. And potentially it could give us the juice to come up here to retest that macro 786 from the bull market top to bear market bottom around 2.22 trillion to 2.3 trillion right up there. So if we zoom out, so this is going to be the deciding moment, because on the 1 day chart, if we see that follow through, then that will pull us up on the 3 day chart. And with the 3 day chart cross down like that, we definitely need to see the 1 day pull us up there. So in my opinion, I do see another move up to here, and then maybe we have a bigger correction and then we can have more upside later on. So I see an impulse up. Maybe in January, we can hit that at least 4236 extension of this microfib here, which would bring us up to like 1.82 trillion. And then depending on if we have enough momentum, maybe we can get up to here. But I do see another impulse up, put in some bearish divergence here on the 3 day, and then us having a correction back down, maybe to just retest 1.5 trillion again. So that's on my radar. We have the Bitcoin ETF approval potentially this week as well too. So it's going to be a volatile week. So maybe that's what impulses us up. And then kind of the hype fades away and then we roll back over, reset, and then we can head up to that macro 786 there. So that's what I'm watching on that ends. And like on the 3-day chart, if we were to roll over, we definitely just need to hold that 1.5 trillion. That's our key level. A lot of touch points there. Then we have our 3-day EMA ribbon right coinciding with it as well too. Then let's look at Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin, if we look at the 12-hour chart, we're having that pin come up. We're having the stock RSI doing its little W pattern like this, little W. Usually that's how we bottom out on the 12-hour chart. We do a W and then we go, W and then we go, W and then we go. So like if we look at the last kind of times right here, that was our impulse. Right here, that was our impulse. And we're about to do it again. So maybe we can take out 46K, this impulse this time around. If we look at the daily chart, we are seeing a cross up on the TSI. The MACD is finally flipping green since back here, kind of mid-December. TSI crossing up, MACD flipping green. Pink is still above the blue. And then if we look at the stock RSI, we are crossing up right now through that 50 line. It's exactly what we want to see. And then the RSI is above this 50 orange line as well too. TSI is above the 0 line. So pretty solid on that end. And then also we've been holding this 50-day moving average as well too, this green one, kind of this whole way up. It was a little getting tossed in between right here, but then we kind of reclaimed it here. We had our candle, or yesterday, our sell-off touched that 50-day moving average, and now we're getting a nice impulse so far. So we want to come up here and break above this micro 786, so this high down to this low right there. And so far we're breaking above it at 44,700. By the end of the day today, if we can have a candle body close, so the body of the candle above 44,700, then the odds definitely increase for us to reach that $47,000 to $51,000 level, which will be a nice bounce for these altcoins. So if we're looking at the altcoin market cap, we go to the daily chart, same thing here. We're holding the 1-day 50 moving average. We touched it back here on the first kind of capitulation a couple of days ago. And then we kind of filled this wick in, and now we touched it and we're getting a nice bounce so far. So in the short term, if we can come up here, break this downward sloping trend line like that, then we're likely going to come up back to 510 billion, retest this micro 786. So this high down to this low like that. And then we can come up here to 515 billion. And if we can smash through there, then we'll retest the high back here around 530 to 535 billion. And then if we can clearly get up through the zone, hold that support, then in my opinion, we're going to come up here to potentially 653 billion to 750 billion, which is that 4236 extension and this purple moving average here. And if we have enough juice, we can get up to the macro 786 of the whole entire bull market top to bear market bottom here, come up to that 786. I have those 4-day sell warnings, a bunch of them. We have the 3-day sell warnings, a bunch of them. The sell now might have came in. Yeah, the sell now came in right here. But if you look to the past, the sell nows on the 3-day chart in a bull market usually call that local bottom before going and heading up further. So far so good. We just need to see on the momentum on this 3-day chart pull up, and that's going to come from that 1-day chart and the 12-hour chart. So the 1-day stock RSI has cooled off like see the similar pattern too. Look at that. Like literally pound for pound, you come up like that, come down, a little jagged edge, come up like that, come down, little jagged edge right at that 50 line, come down like that, have a little pop, come down like that, little pop, come down sharply, and then that cross is what brings the next impulse in. That was December 20th back here. So let's see what shaped up. December 20th right back here. That was our start of our next kind of big move. So being at that same level, seeing the same stars line right now, we have the MACD sold off a ton, but we're still making a higher high in the price action. So we do have some divergence and we do have some strength right now. We just need to see follow through, and we need to see this blue come back down, pink come back up, and we'll be all good. And for us to reclaim this 50 line on the RSI. And if we go to the weekly chart, we're all good over here. As far as if we were to pull down though, then the top of the belly of the beast is that level so 425 billion is where we want to hold. We have the 200 moving average on the weekly chart right there. It was a level of key support, resistance. We got above support, and then we touched it once, touched it again over here. We have our 786 of the micro fib right there as well too. So like maintaining above 422 billion is our kind of line in the sand for the altcoin market cap. Then if we go to a couple altcoins like XRP, let's go to the daily chart. So XRP and XLM always find their bottoms like this. It's never kind of like sideways and then you go up. Usually have a capitulation moment, like a wick like that. Then you start to come down, fill the wick, and then it looks like it's going to tank. Then all of a sudden it pops. And that's what it did last night. Like it looked like it was going to tank, it popped, and now we're starting to recover. So I believe that the worst of the low for XRP, in my opinion, is in for the year at around like 50 cents, 0.5050, because back in January 3rd of 2023, we did that the same thing where all of a sudden it was just a flash crash, and then we recovered it. And that was the low for 2023. This, in my opinion, was the low for 2024 for XRP. And we're still traveling within this triangle. And we came down to test the 786 of this low back here in October. So the low to the high, usually we do that with XRP. We tapped it and now we're just hanging above the 702. We broke down, hit the 2618 extension from this micro fib here. Usually when on the micro fib, if we break the 786, we go to the 2618 and we're holding it nicely. So staying above 55 cents is going to be critical for XRP as far as structurally looking at it with this horizontal line here. You can see how important of a level it was all of 2023. And even if you go all the way back, but all of 2023, it was where we found our resistance, broke above, came back down, resistance, support, and then we just filled it. So it's looking pretty solid as far as XRP bottom and it is in back over here. I would just like for us to come back up, reclaim 63 cents. That would put us in a good place to head up into the 70 cent, 80 cent levels. So that's what I want to see as far as XRP goes. We want to see this momentum come up. On the 1-day chart, we are starting to cross. We have that MACD going from dark red to a lighter red. We want to see that TSI cross. And then we want to see this blue come back down, pink cross, and we'll be good. But so far, so good as far as us holding and maintaining these levels here. And then on the 3-day chart, we're holding this 200 moving average right there. So yeah, 55 cents is so critical for structurally for candle body closes to hold above. Then if we look at XLM is going to follow XRP, and XLM's holding its key level as well too. You look all the way to the left. This was such a key important level since 2022, 2023. 2023, we came out to it in March, got rejected. And then in June, got rejected, came back down. August, support. Then we broke it here in October, reclaimed it in November. And then in November, we tapped it as support. Then just in January, we tapped it as support. So definitely a key level, 0.11, 0.113 for XLM to hold above as well too. And then if we take the low back from October to the high up here, we didn't even come down to test the 786 for XLM. So if we were going to fall lower, I would expect 0.108 to be that line in the sand for XLM to hold as support. And for XLM, I want to see us come back up, reclaim 13 cents for sure. And then us getting above 13.5 cents for XLM will be huge because we'll be reclaiming this area of support, resistance. And that will be the point. If XLM gets above 13.5 cents and really holds above it, for us to kind of enter into the next zone, get into 16, 17, 18 cents and higher. That's for XLM. So far, so good at this very moment. Bitcoin about to smash through 45K, it looks like. We want to hold above there and really getting above 46K, holding as support. Us seeing that momentum come up. Brings 47 to 51K in the cards, which will definitely pump these altcoins up. But as we get up there and while awaiting the potential event of a spot Bitcoin ETF, cautiously optimistic for sure for that event to take place. It's definitely something that's been waited upon for a while now, and it's a huge event, but still it's something that hasn't happened for it. So it's definitely something we need to keep an eye on this week and for the potential impact on the market that it could have here. And if we reach up to those key levels, 47 to 51K for Bitcoin, assessing the market at that point, observing, because we could see one last little big pump for everything and then a bigger rollover for Bitcoin to come down, retest 32K, which will be a solid fire sale deal for some of these altcoins. So definitely keep my eye on it. I'll be watching those key market drivers, the dollar, looking at the total crypto market cap, the altcoin market cap, looking at the pulse of Bitcoin as well too. But these are all the things on my radar. So I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord. Link is in the bio. Come join the Discord, and I'll be getting back to those 2024 price prediction videos for all those altcoins as well too. So I'll be continuing that this week, and I'll see you guys in the Discord and in the next video.